Hello, this is Cindy from Cinders Papercraft. I just thought I would show you this. We done this the other day, which was the 8x8, and you never get to see how I actually send them out, so I thought I would show you. I literally, you can see, I punch a hole through there, then I cover it with paper, and then I have the matching paper to write the tag on, but that's how it looked, and I thought that looked great with it. So that's how I actually send them out. I don't just give them out. I always make sure there's a nice matching tag, and as you can see, that kind of goes together about. So that is the smaller one. Today I am going to teach you how to do the longer one, which seems to have disappeared from my craft room. Oh, no, it isn't. It's right here. I wonder if I should be doing this today. It doesn't bode well. Right, so that is, I think this one is made from the American A4, because I am using one of Gina K's card paper, and as you can hear, it's really solid, and I thought that this just looks stunning. The paper is from here, which is the Cinders. Now, I don't think it says on there the name, but I know it is the tweed pattern, and some of these patterns are stunning. Ooh, let's see if I can knock you all out. So yes, there's obviously going to be some tweed, but there are so many different colours, and there's obviously the girls. So I have a feeling, because I have those on, I have actual dies on them as well, I have a feeling that sometime soonish you'll be seeing a whole album made of that one. So let's get cracking. I've made a handle on it. Now I haven't made that a thick handle, but it had it does quite well on itself. The reason I didn't do it is because when I put a thin bit on the card, it becomes separated. I done it stupidly. But that, you can take off these handles. Of course you can. You don't need to have it. You can just have it as a clutch bag. Now you get those on Amazon. And these ones I've had for quite some time. That's the pot I keep here, which I use, but then I have another couple of these pots with them, sort of these pots. So I do love to see colour in my craft room, which is why I keep tiny bottles like this just filled with coloured beads to go in my shaker cards. One day I'll do a craft room tour if any of you would like to see one. And they say, why would we want to? Anyway, so this is what we're going to get onto. So here is your A4 card. It doesn't matter what size A4 you have, whether it's the UK version or the US version. So someone said this helped them the other day. So all these zigzag lines are ones that you are going to cut, and all the rest you're going to, and you can see the measurements as well. Sorry, it would help if I stop wiggling it around. Let's hope this goes well today. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, it gives you it in inches rather than centimetres. But I keep threatening to upload my keep threatening to upload my card with it all in. So all I'm going to do very briefly is just show you how to, things that are important. We're going to be doing it again. So when people say, what line do you cut on when you've scored it? You take out the score line either side. You cut that score line out. Right, so what you'll do to get there is to fold it and cut it. Okay? You will then cut that one. I'm not going to go too far into this because I'm going to start on my proper one. You will take that out, and then you will again fold these back, and you will trim down. Right, so that is how you will cut your card. So we're going to do it from scratch now. And I'm doing this in grey, and I can hear you all probably saying, oh, what on earth would you do it in grey for? I fell in love with it. Now, I use wax paper on my card before I score it because it helps me keep a straight line. Because I find it very difficult, at the best of times, to do straight lines. So that is, I'm not sure if that is a generic paper or one of Stampin' Up's. Do you know, I think that is a generic paper. I did somewhere have a Stampin' Up colour thing, but anyway, take a grey if you can get hold of this. I'm showing you rather the way to do it rather than copy it, because you'll have lots of paper. And my lovely friend Cheryl in America actually went on to this site where you can download paper. And let me tell you, these papers are gorgeous. Now, there's a couple that I've actually looked at, which was Far Hill. Now, you have to be very careful on that one. If you go over to Cheryl's, I'll try and link it. Cheryl B's tutorial. Then, and there is a couple, I think, Alina's Crafts. But let me see, if you go on to Far Hill papers, it might be, do not look at it when there are children around, because when you go to download it, there are images even I don't want to see. Thank you very much. Right, so stop waffling. So as long as you have a piece, you could even just emboss this. I'm gonna actually, I should emboss this one day. I done a great big handled, you know, like the huge great bags that you put all loads of gifts in. I made one of those and it was stunning with just embossing. So if you'd like to see that, let me know. Right, so this is the same as last time. I've given you the messages, but I will talk you through it. Again, you use the thimble there for paper, card, and this for paper. Right, so we will go to 1.5 and score it all the way down. You will then go to 2 inch. If you remember, this is in reality, it's apart from this, it's a 2x2 box. Right, so you go to the 2 inch and score it all the way down. You will then go to the 4 inch, then the 6 inch. So you know where we're going now. And then we are going to do the 8 inch. Now, on the other ones, you would, on the other A4s for the Americans and the Canadians, you will be left with a bigger gap. You just need to cut that off. But don't trim anything else off, because all as I say is you are going to then go to 2 inch, turn it, and 2 inch. You don't need to trim that bit down, but I do now need to cut these out, which might be a bit brave of me to do it this way. Oh, we do have to just do something else as well. Well, that wasn't too bad. There's hope. Here we go. So we are going to need to, if you've seen my other bag ones, we are going to need to close them up. If you, this bit, we are going to need that, because I'm almost positive when I done that I forgot to do it, and I don't like that. So what you have here is, can we see the score lines on this one? Yeah. Right, so that is going to be your front of the box. That's going to be the lid. That is going to be the first. Let me show you. I should have scored these. That's going to be the first bit, so that will be the middle. So if you see that you've got, if you count the 2 inch, ignore this, 1, 2, 3, you do it on this one, and it's a tiny little mark. So you will do that in half. So you've got the 4 and you've got the 6th, so you need to just put a little mark there on 5. And I'm doing it that way, otherwise it's just going to confuse you. So I've put a mark just here, and that's at the 5. I don't know how to get the thing completely. I'll do it, because you don't need to see it. And again, you've got 4, 6, and just pop a little score in there. So we're nearly finished with this scoring tool, but not just yet. Right, so I'm going to take my ruler. Make sure I still straight. That really annoyed me the other day. I had to look at one of my tutorials, and I hate looking at it, but it was just chaotic. Right, so the easiest way to do this is you will get yourself something with a bit of cushioning. A magazine. Everyone has some form. You can do it on a harder surface, but I wouldn't want to. So the easiest way to do this is obviously still on the small ball, is put your stylus straight on it, and you are going to score all the way to here and all the way that way, and you're going to do the same to there. So we will do, again, just pop, you're going, yeah, give you a bit more of a, we are going to score to that line there. So my ruler is already in there, so I am just going to score it a couple of times, just so that I will be able to bend it without cracking the paper. And I will take that down. It all is, the reason I say is because I see so many people who are like this, trying to line it out. Like I say, the quickest way and the most wow, it's very quick. And having brain issues today, it's a Sunday. It's more accurate, that's what I need to say. And it's a darn sight easier, let me tell you. Right, so we have all the marks that we had on the previous one. So I can put that away. I'm going to put that away. And then I am going to get my scissors out, And again, here is your cutting plan. So that's all we're going to do to that, okay? Right, so the bits we need, oh, I'll do it as we go along. Let's do this as we go along. Right, so we are going to cut the first line, and we are going to, in fact, remove that scoring mark, and that gives us a nice neat line. And we will go down to there, and we will remove the score line. Now this one is different. We are going to cut down to that one. I was blooming stupid. Silly person. Just seeing a... It had to happen. It had to happen. Sorry if my head's in the way. And we are going to take it to the proper corner this time. That's better. Right, so you're going to fold these two back, and you're going to cut so this bit here is straight, because this is going to be the bit that will be on show. Let me get rid of these. No, let's just come on. Right, so you are going to cut dead on that line so that you are giving this outside, because that's going to be one of the panels that people see, and we are just going to still take out a bit of card so that it will close properly. And we are going to do this one as well, keeping this side straight, and we are just going to cut that straight up. But while we're here, we are just going to put a notch in there and a notch in there. Right, now let's get rid of all these bits of card that are sticking out. Right, so just trim those out. You can pull them off if you want. Just make sure you pull them the right way. I'd rather cut them, but that's just me. Right, so that is one side complete, and we are going to do the same. We are going to cut out that score line, and we are going to go to that first line. Now, the lady who I said in the previous one, paper craft button, I think it was. I hope I'm not insulting anyone by giving them the wrong details. She cut these two bits off, but I think that I like the reinforcement idea too much. I love reinforcement. So we are now going to cut this, leaving this bit straight, down to our little V. I don't know if I'm getting this in a really weird angle, because it looks like I must try harder. Right, and we're still going to cut that bit. Now, everyone else, cut the bits off. We are going to turn it, and we are again keeping this side straight to that line. And we are going to notch that, and then notch that. So if you're new to crafting and you're wondering why we are taking bits off, it's because it will close neater. So there is how it looks. Now, while it is in this state, we are now going to just give that. Now, this is the one where can you see where I've done it? So I have to be pretty careful with this one, otherwise I'm going to do the wrong one. But it just wouldn't be a video if I didn't make some sort of mistake. Right, and then there we are. So now we are on the road. No, I need the bigger one. I had to buy my new bottle. The other one lasted forever, but I had to finally give in. Right, so we are going to pop that down, give it a good wiggling. We are then going to put that down, making sure it is clear of these two score marks, which it is. So I'm going to get in and give it some beans. Now I am going to use a, right, so make sure that top bit still does meet that. I am going to use magnets in that as I'm doing a handbag. If you wanted to just do it as a straightforward, like one of these with the belly band on, you're more than welcome to do it and just leave it. Right, so then we are going to make sure that it just is between those two score lines. Right, so give that good rubbing. So now we are going to take these corners . I know it looks like I'm using a lot of glue, but I'm really not. Oh, I didn't do that. Naughty. Did I score any of these? I didn't. How many of you noticed I didn't reinforce? Well, that's not sticking in anyway. So, very briefly, always, always, you could have told me, guys. We are going to score these lines. Once it's finished, you'll think it's pretty, and you'll forgive me for my my forgetting to do this. And again, you're probably thinking, why is that important? Because it will make gluing it relatively easier. Right, so now let me start again. So we are going to put plenty of glue on there because I messed that up. So you are then going to stick that together there, making sure that it lines up properly. And I might have put a bit too much on, but I'm going to give that a right. And now we are going to do this one exactly the same. And I'm going to make sure that that marries up straight. And I'm going to give it a good rub down. So there, nice. Now I'm going to also fold that way, because I am going to put glue on both of these. And we are going to do that one as well, because otherwise it becomes very difficult to get that inside the card without getting it everywhere. So again, straight to the line and straight to the line. If a bit comes out, just rub it away. And right, as you can see, there's bits sticking out. Not sticking out, it hasn't, the glue hasn't set yet, but we don't mind, we've got good time. So now they will flex them gently at first, just help them, give them a little pinch, and then that will I just started to wonder if that is, yeah it is, that one's the American A4. Right, now we can start the decoration, but before we do that, I know I always glue them, but just lately I've been getting more and more frustrated with them not behaving. So now you could measure this, feel free to do that. I, on the other hand, am just going to get myself a glue dot. You can get these on Amazon or from Stampin' Up, whichever one floats the boat. Right, now I want this to be, yeah, so I'm going to do that roughly in the middle and down a bit. And then I will get another one. If you have these, slide them off. Don't try and pull them off, because they're vicious. Well, they're not vicious, that's an exaggeration. But if you are a new crafter and you wonder how sometimes you see crafters picking up the minutest tools and it not falling off, when you first get a poking tool, no matter where you get it from, if you want to be picking up gems with them, make sure you get, like, wrap it in double-sided adhesive and then take it off, and then it will give it enough stick to be able to hold it while you are transferring it. Because a lot of people, it won't stick to it, and you know, you've got to put some, and of course people do try to make it, what's that, Cosmic Shimmer Ink Resist Lightning Spray. There you go. Right, so the reason I'm putting that in is because I'm going to need to press it, but I need to make sure I have the top straight. Yep. Yeah. Right, now we can decorate it. Is anyone else a little freaked out by this? I haven't made a mistake. I'm a little freaked out by it. Oop. Right, here we are. This is the card. I mean, look, isn't that gorgeous? So we are going to first do the big panels. I usually am a fan of very bold colours or light pastels. But just lately, I've been looking more towards the more neutral colours. So you are going to leave that with just a... Do this with whatever adhesive you love. If I do it with glue, it works wonders because I can then move it around. And that is amazing for me. Right, so we are now going to... That's the one. And this is... They have such beautiful cards in this, and papers in this pack. Now I've also got another pack which I do like, but the only thing is if you're doing an album, you don't want these really big images because it doesn't work as well, because you've got this tiny great big images on a tiny, a mini album, and it doesn't always look as good. So as you know, that we are going to be starting oh goodness me, my brain is elsewhere. My brain has officially left the building. Gaynor, my lovely Gaynor, is going to be partaking, and Ellie, who is absolutely amazing. You see, I'm a terror because I know her by Ellie. I think it's hobby craft. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ellie. My brain is just it's elsewhere at the moment, and it's making me a right Egypt. Hobby Craft Angel, or Hobby Angel Craft. Hobby Angel Craft sounds right. So hopefully one of my subscribers will help me out on that if that's wrong, because her work is amazing. So she's going to be joining, but also Gaynor said that Effian cards might also be joining, but I don't know. I checked with Gaynor if she could find out. I haven't heard back. So we're going to do it along, and now I'm going to say this, along the along the Gothic line, but as I said before, it won't be zombies and vampires. It's going to be very tastefully done. And the reason I'm running it is because I am fascinated by the brain, and I want to see how 3 different, or maybe 4, whoever wants to join in, you can always send me an email, with the same materials. I want to see how other people would do it differently. Do you see what I mean? Other people's takes on it. Yeah. And we're nearly there. And I'm just going to pop that in the back. Let's make sure I've left nothing else. I'm going to pop that in the bottom. That's why I've done it. Mind you, it looked nice there, rather hiding that, I think. Yeah, let's do it at the back. It hides all the joints then. So, but I also want to make a Christmas one, which I shall be doing. I've got so many great ideas that I want to do, and I'm going to do them. I'm going to make time. Right, so I've pulled that up so you can see all these joins are now completely covered up. So now you are going to bend and flex it, because these magnets will need a bit of help just to come together naturally. So we need to loosen them up a bit, and we need to also make sure they go right way back. And there you are. How cute. I'm going to bring out the little one, because if I miss gaps, I can then get that underneath gaps. Make sure you hold it. Always do that and then it won't block up. So I'm just going to give that a good pressing down, because we don't want to get to this point and then ruin it, do we? Right, so I have some paper left there. Now, like I said, because I had the paper separate, I wasn't that keen on doing it again. But I wonder if I think I'm just going to use the card, because it's actually not too bad. So that is a 1/2 inch, and I probably do want it 1/2 inch. If you're ever doing something where you've got a tiny strip and you want it to stay straight, now this is, I use Scotch tape because it is so low tack. So if you've got a tiny bit but you want to make it, just give it that and then it won't move. But see, the best repositionable tape you can have. So I am going to go to making sure it's lined up, because we've got a very little bit there. We are going to then close. Now we can possibly go double up and see what it thinks of that. So today's a good day in here. I will be crafting a lot. So hopefully I'll get as much as I can out. I wonder whether just to do a smaller without so many gems. Kind of like the gems. Yeah, no, I'm going to do it without the, I'm going to do it with the gems. Sorry, but I like the bling. I like sparklies. Right, so we are going to find a plate. This is where, this is your own taste. So you're going to add it to there, and then get the desired shape you like. If you want it more there, wouldn't advise that, but I mean, if you really wanted to go mad, you could do that. So it's definitely down to what you like. Now I kind of think there. I have no clue what size it is, but I will measure it just in case anyone wants. I'm going to go a bit longer because I know what I'm like. So we have got that to 8 1/4. Now I am just going to, with my hands, gently shape this. And then I am going to do that way. We are going to take some glue, which is, because I was stupid, and didn't put the lid on. Put the lid on, people, if you've got this stuff. Right, so I'm going to put a fairly big wad of glue, and I am going to put that to there. We want that handle to stay on, and by using liquid or even double-sided tape, ooh, that might have been better, but at least you don't have to sit through me trying to get. This is one of the most frustrating bits. Not the bag, it's just the hands. Right, so do I want that a bit further along? Yeah. This is where you can judge it how you like it. No. I might just have to gently. Yeah. Right, so now I was in two minds what one I should use, because I have to show you these. There's my heart. These here, I would use the grey, I think, or the, what have we got? Well, it's not grey, is it? These are amazing. Aren't they beautiful? And look at the heart one. But can you see the shimmer to them? Is that not crazy? Ooh. And then I could close it with a love heart. Oh. Let me see. Let me see what I like. Or that. I like that one. I know everyone's probably thinking, no! Do the other one. Oh, I was going to use the heart, wasn't I? Silly me. Let's put that right there. That also secures that from, mind you, as it's right up to there. But I kind of like it there. Nearly done, guys. Right, so we are going to now put that there. Oops. Stop moving. Right, and then I really do fancy putting that love heart there. Oop! I'm really sorry, I bet I made you jump, didn't it? Yeah. It's only for decoration. Right, so I'm going to take off some of the glue with my finger because I seem to have got over enthusiastic. And for those that like to measure, please do measure. I, on the other hand, am one of those stupid people that doesn't measure or read instructions, which, let me tell you, that has sometimes backfired on me. Right, so now when I do my let's move those out of the way in my Scotch tape. So when I do actually, I will put I'll save part of the card in there so I can make like a tag up, and that's what I've started to do now. I think that's quite pretty. Not sure which one I prefer. I do like that one. It's nice and warm, and that one is cool, but I just love the panel. But that is the difference in, let's do it that way, in UK and the USA and Canada. Right, so there we are. I do kind of like those. Yeah. So there we are. Now, I'm going to put that one back in, only because it will look very pretty. Right, does it, I don't know if anyone's made these. If you'd like me to show you how I made these are very, 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 very simple to do. And if anyone would like that, let me know. And later on today, I will be making some hearts that will be, it will change it into like enamel hearts. Right, so there we are. That finished reasonably easy. I know it's taken a long time, but unfortunately I can't work at a quick pace all the time. And yeah, so anyway, which one do you like? Do you know, I might have been better going with, no, I'm not changing it. I like it. Right, so let me know which one you like, the warmer or the cooler. And thank you for crafting with me today. And I will no doubt be uploading again soon. So big hugs to you all, and that is said in all sincerity. So I will hopefully upload again. Bye for now. Bye.